Hello everyone and welcome to the Toon Army FC YouTube channel, and this is my first video on this channel. It's starting off with Newcastle or Southampton v Newcastle. This channel is going to be about the Premier League and football in general. I support Newcastle, so most of my videos will be about Newcastle and what's going on with them, but I will make previews of the results of other games, and I'll comment on other games, and even fantasy football. I'm going to do videos on that and let you guys know what team I'm picking for fantasy football, and I'll just start from here on and keep making videos like that. But anyway, it's a tough time to be a Newcastle supporter. We were playing Southampton today, and I thought going into the game that, if we got a bit lucky and we beat Southampton and Norwich lost, that we'd be 3 points behind and we've some sort of chance with the amount of games we've left. But that didn't happen, as you could imagine. Newcastle have just been so poor defensively that we almost know at this stage that we're going to concede a goal, so we have to score more. And we just know eventually we're going to concede a goal because our defense is just so bad at the moment that we just know it's coming. And especially against a team like Southampton, when you got the likes of Pele, Shane Long and Mane, it's you just know it's coming. But yeah, after 3 minutes, Shane Long gets past our defense and gets through onto goal, and he's one-on-one with Darlow, and he's got no hope. He's got no hope, and from that point on I was just kind of smiling, laughing, and I couldn't take the game serious for the rest of the match. We just kind of expect to relegate now at this point, especially after seeing the team play today. It was just so poor. It was just so poor. It's kind of hard to talk about it right now. Because it's fine if your team put in an effort and try their best. I could actually say that they try their best, and you can make comments then on how they played, and you kind of feel good about it. But yeah, that team out there today just made no effort. So I'll start with the Newcastle lineup. The result in the end was 3-1, and I'm going to start with the Newcastle lineup. Obviously Darlow in goals. Left back we had Anita. Centre back we had Taylor and Mbemba, and in right back we had Yamat. My problem with the defence was, the whole defence was poor, but the decision I wouldn't have gone with today was Anita in left back. I would have put Sissoko in left back, and I thought that was going to happen, but because Sissoko moved into left back in the game against Norwich, and he actually started playing well. He played very poor. He plays very poor in midfield. He loses the ball. He can't pass the ball, so it's pointless having him there. I thought maybe if you put him into left back, it's a new tactic. We need someone else in defence, or to make it somewhat better. So I thought if you had went with that, it might have been better. But when I saw Anita starting there again, I just knew it was over. Anita, to me, isn't a good footballer. I'm just putting it straight out there. Either if he's in centre midfield or if he's in left back, he's not a good footballer, and he shouldn't be playing at all. So anyway, when I saw that happening, I thought, we're gonna lose. Midfield, we had Shelby, Wijnaldum, Sissoko, Townsend, and Perez. I don't think I missed anyone there. I hope not. But starting with Perez, he had a very poor game. They're all lacking confidence, and he had a very poor game. I think at one point I saw Perez, I think he was running with the ball, the left side, he's running with the ball, attacking, and I think he actually ran over the sideline and went out of play with the ball by himself, as in, the Southampton player didn't even push him out or drove him out. He just kind of ran over the line with the ball. And when I saw that happening, I just thought, what's going through these players' minds at the moment? Shelby, the one man we kind of depend on to pull off a good good passes these days, because the rest of the team can't pass. So, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it today. He played very poor, like the rest of them. So if he's playing poor, we've got no hope altogether. A lot of mistakes happening, kind of lazy, all that kind of stuff. Townsend made a few mistakes. The thing I like about Townsend is he actually has a drive in him. He makes an effort. He's got a bit of skill as well. He runs with the ball. He likes to get himself into situations where he can take shots, and that's what I like about Townsend. He's the only player today that made any effort, in my opinion. Sissoko again, very poor. All he can do is run with the ball, and he runs so far and then he loses it. I think he's the one player on the team that I get so frustrated when watching the match, when watching a Newcastle match, and there's other people that be texting me during the game saying, Sissoko was so useless and this, that and the other, and they're just completely raging about Sissoko. That guy, he's hard to watch. He's hard to watch. He makes a big effort running up the pitch and then he loses it, or he pulls off a dreadful pass, and it's he's so poor. Who else was poor? Wijnaldum. Don't even get me started with that guy. That guy's gone missing since I don't know when. Was it Christmas? Maybe even before that. I can't even remember anymore. That guy. Was he playing? Was Wijnaldum playing? Yeah, he was playing. We just didn't hear him. We didn't hear of him. We didn't see him. We didn't see him last week. We didn't see him the week before. It's like he hides or something. I don't know what he does. But you have to start him because he's the guy who scored the most goals for us, and we kind of hope that he'll pull off some shot and he'll score a goal. There's no one else we can kind of depend on to do that. So I think that's it. Yes, Perez, Sissoko, Townsend, Shelby, Wijnaldum. That was the midfield, and Mitrovic up front. I was happy they started Mitrovic instead of Cisse. As you saw in the Norwich game, he came on to score 2 goals, and from the beginning I was thinking, why didn't they start him? I think every Newcastle fan was thinking, why the hell did Mitrovic start? It was, Benitez. He's changed the team a bit since he's arrived. They've kind of improved, but even he is not making the right decisions, and any Newcastle supporter would know that. I was talking to a couple of Newcastle supporters today before the match, and when they see the likes of Anita starting in left back, Sissoko, and last week Cisse starting, they're thinking, what is he thinking? Is he mad? Is he mad or something? It's just not working. I really don't know. But anyway, Mitrovic, he had no chance in the game. I wouldn't put any blame down to him. Made a few mistakes, probably like every other player. But the defense was so poor. Midfield was so poor, especially today. Last week they came out after second half and actually made an effort, but today they didn't, and Mitrovic just had no chance. So out of the entire team, in my opinion, as a Newcastle supporter, out of the entire team today, Townsend, I think, was the only player that actually made any decent effort. He scored a goal in the 65th minute, opened him, got into a nice spot because he's quite deadly with that left foot. Took a nice strike and put it into the top left hand corner of the net and gave us a little bit of hope. But yeah, that didn't come. 4 minutes into the game, Shane Long scores, and when that happened, it was just downhill from there. If Newcastle goes 1-0 down quickly in a game, it's all over. It's all over. 38 minutes, Pele scores. Big mistake. Well, it was an injury in the end. Jan Matt, he slipped. I don't know what actually happened. I have to look back at it again. But I think at first the crowd was actually going mad that a Southampton player had made a mistake, because it looked like Jan Matt was going to get it, but he somehow slips. The ball goes past him, and they're through on goal, and Pele puts it into the net, and it's 2-0, and all hope's lost. You're just thinking about the championship. Yeah, I think watching the game, you're just thinking, oh, what teams are we going to be playing next season? Okay, what teams have we any chance next season? What's going to happen to the football club? What's going to happen to the players? What's going to happen to it's I actually don't know what's going to happen. Are we ever going to come back up to the Premier League? Or what, are we going to do bad in the championship? All these thoughts come through my mind, because there's nothing to watch. I was saying to myself in this game today, I was actually so bored today, and I think it was the first game. I know Newcastle's been pretty poor. They've been poor all season, don't get me wrong, but today I was sitting back and I was thinking, I'm actually pretty bored watching this game. I'm actually bored. I was getting quite frustrated about it as well, actually. I was kind of thinking, I could be doing so many better things now. I'm actually so bored watching this game. And I'm pretty sure even the Southampton fans were probably bored. Great that they won for them, but it was such a boring game because Newcastle were so crap. And anyway, so it's 2-0. They go in at half time, and you're thinking, well, maybe Newcastle, they come out after half time and they actually put in some effort. So I thought, if they get a quick goal, it's all hope. That's all we can do, is just hope. But there's no hope anymore after today. It's kind of just like, we just see what happens. There's no hope. But anyway, as I was hoping, and they come out after second half and still poor. I thought, wow, nothing's changed. I think Lascelles came on at half time in replace of Stephen Taylor. I think he got injured, and I don't know why he didn't start him. Taylor is very poor, and I would much prefer Lascelles. And even when he came on, he put in a decent enough effort. But after 55 minutes, when Yema scores, I think the ball got deflected out to him, and he strikes the ball and just goes into the net. And I got a couple of texts saying I'm not even watching the rest of the game. A couple of my friends, they just had to stop watching it. They couldn't watch it anymore. I said I'd keep watching it because I knew I was going to make this video for this new channel I've set up, and I said I'll watch it so at least I know what to talk about in the game, just in case anything else happens. And which something did happen. After 65 minutes, Townsend, like I said already, he got a goal. A really nice strike. I was actually happy with that goal. Beat the keeper. It was a great strike. He's quite deadly on his left leg. He's the only player that put in any effort today. And I was thinking after that, again, hoping Cisse comes on for Perez after that goal, and I thought, alright, there's 25 minutes left. If we just get another goal, make them and put Southampton, make them uneasy, we might actually have a chance of getting a point out of this game, which would have been much better because Norwich lost today. But even after the goal, there was this no drive in the players, no confidence. Benitez, I feel bad for that guy because the players, like, I can't even think what he must be thinking about those players. When you look at the likes of Leicester last season, Leicester was that team that thought, you thought that they were going to lose. Oh, Leicester's playing, on fantasy football. I'm going to pick all the strikers on the other team because Leicester's going to lose. Obviously Leicester's going to lose. And when you look at them and in the same situation as us, they actually start winning all their games at the end of the season. They start believing in themselves. They have drive. They're and they won games and they got out of the relegation and they stayed in the Premier League. And that's why we kind of had hope that I thought maybe the players now, they might come out and think, let's give it a shot, guys. Come on, let's try and keep Newcastle up there and fight for it. But I don't know what they're thinking, but they're not thinking that. They're not thinking that. And yeah, it's very poor. But after Townsend scored, nothing else really happened in the game. You know, as it went on, you know, just kind of sitting back on your phone. You know, what I was sitting back, I was checking the scores of the other games, you know, and seeing how all the other teams are doing and who's scoring, and because there would have been something to watch if Newcastle was actually attacking, but they weren't. So Southampton, they play great. You know, a well-deserved win. Newcastle deserved absolutely nothing out of that. They play great and expected they won. It was definitely expected. You know, I didn't think for 1 second that we wouldn't concede a goal against Southampton. You know, the way our defence is, and Darlow and goals and all that. They play great. You know, Shane Long, Pele and Wanyama getting goals. Tadic, you know, he had a good few chances, a good few shots on goal, and you know, there should have been a lot more goals, to be honest. They should have beaten us by a lot more. But Southampton have been great this season. You know, they've played really good football, and you know, well deserved win for them. Newcastle deserved absolutely nothing. So, but that's it really for this match. Southampton won 3-1. Newcastle remain 6 points behind Norwich because they lost today. So nothing's really changed for us. In the next game week, we've got 2 games. We're playing Swansea at home and Man City at home. So I'll make videos before that game, and I'm going to make videos about the other games as well, you know, the results and all that, and just my thoughts about the results and the way the table is going. And even fantasy football, I'm going to make some videos on fantasy football and give you my predictions and the players I'm picking for my fantasy football. So I hope you liked my first video, guys. Hopefully in my next couple of videos I'll get better at doing this. It was my first video doing it, but I said I have a good interest in football, and why not start it. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you're a Newcastle supporter or Southampton supporter, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the game. Newcastle supporters, let me know what you think about Newcastle. Have we been relegated already? Have we any chance? What kind of lineup do you think should have started? Southampton supporters, if there's any comments you want to make about your own team, let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure you expect it to win, obviously. But yeah, it was a great win. It was a great victory to Southampton. That's all I can say, because Newcastle was so poor and they deserved to lose in every way possible. Benitez, what are you going to do next? I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe to follow me for more videos, and I'll talk to you all again later. See you.